What's going on, everyone? Michael Album here with Roofstock, and I want to talk to everybody as we approach the end of the year about 5 things that you as an investor should be doing as the year end approaches. So first and foremost, I recommend definitely getting with your CPA or tax professional and putting a game plan together for how you're going to prepare this coming year's taxes, as well as what you should be doing going forward in the planning phase, because you can't really change what your performance was looking in the rearview mirror. And so it's important to talk about what you did that year, but it's also equally, if not maybe more important, to talk about game planning going forward for the upcoming year, because you can likely do things and tweak things and make changes that your tax professional can help you sort out. But again, you have to plan for those. Once they've already happened, they're in the past. So that's number one. Number two is review all of your P&Ls from your properties and expenses that you've paid personally. So for instance, for me, I use professional property managers on all of my properties. And so I have a P&L printout from them that says, okay, these are the expenses that they've paid, and benchmarks it against the income that they've collected. Well, I also make mortgage payments and tax payments and property insurance payments separate from my property manager. So I have to marry those two things together as I'm preparing a file to give to my CPA. So it's important to review those and make sure that all the numbers look right. You also want to make sure that you're not double counting expenses. So if I paid the expense and it somehow shows up on my property manager's P&L, I've got to reconcile that. So definitely important to review those and keep track of all of those expenses that you're paying personally throughout the year. Third thing you want to do is make a budget and plan for the year ahead, either from a tax perspective or from an investing perspective. Sit down, put together a budget. How much are you spending personally? How much are your properties throwing off? And what are you able to make happen for the upcoming year? So sit down, write it out, put a game plan together, and figure out what that's going to look like. Fourth, I want everyone to make sure that they have paid all of their entity dues if they have them. So again, my personal experience is I use a lot of LLCs in my investing, and because I live in California, I have to pay my California franchise tax fees every single year to the state of California. If you're using entities or you need a business license, these are things that likely have to be paid in that calendar year in which you're utilizing them. So make sure all those have been paid, because I know I've been guilty of it. I get a overdue bill from the state of California letting me know, Michael, you didn't pay your California Franchise Tax Board dues and fees in the calendar year. So you get hit with interest, you get hit with late charge, so try not to do that. So again, even if you're not using LLCs or some kind of entity, you might need a business license or a rental license. Definitely brush up on all the things that you need to have and pay for in the calendar years, and make sure they're paid for before the end of the year. Now, last but certainly not least is go buy a property. A lot of people sit down at the end of the year, the holidays are coming around, they're celebrating time off, getting together with family, and they kind of think, oh, well, I'll buy a property next year. Actually, I found that the end of the year can be one of the best times to go and buy property, because everybody else has that mindset of, oh, it's the holidays, I'm going to sit down, enjoy family time, enjoy the time off, take vacation. So there often aren't a lot of people looking. It's around this time of year that also a lot of sports tends to pick up, professional sports. So people are off watching their sports games, cheering for their sports teams, and not focusing on investing. So I've picked up some really great properties around the end of the year because there's less competition and sellers are often able and willing to make more of a deal with you. So hopefully these 5 tips were really helpful for things that you should be doing as the year end approaches. And as always, leave us a comment. We love hearing feedback and reviews from you all, and we look forward to seeing you on the next one. Happy investing.